Hey, and welcome to Keeping Up with the Joneses. We the Joneses.
Hey,
That's the Jones family reunion shirt.
from 1972.
Yeah, right. But anyway, man, I'm glad you guys are with us. Please, before we even get started, man, subscribe and like to our channel, man. We're going to be coming to you with a lot of different subjects and topics and things that we go through every day. And if you just want to know what's happening with us from day to day and the things that we're going through and our subject matter and stuff like that, you gotta like, you gotta subscribe, man.
Hit the notification bell so you know when we upload new videos.
Ding, ding! Right, yeah.
Ding,
Ding. No. So anyway, we actually, the wife and I have been talking, and this is actually going to segue into another video because we're dealing with a lot of different things as far as, our health.
Life changes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Our health, our well-being, our longevity, what we should eat, what we shouldn't eat, spiritualism, different things of that nature, which is a whole nother subject we'll be getting into following this. That'll be our next video. But anyway, we realize that we are of a healthy people, and what?
We are healthy people and we need a healthy furniture.
Yeah, we is fat, we
is healthy people.
Yeah, we are big sexy, big Mr. and Mrs. Sexy. So that's who we are. Yeah. So that's what we do. I mean, and I'm not saying that, and I think it's one of the biggest lies in the world when people say that if you're fat, that you're unhealthy.
Or if you're big, if you're unhealthy.
Yeah, it's an automatic assumption, and that ticks me off.
Yeah.
And everything that happens to you, with aches and pains, it's because you're too fat.
My favorite is the job I do. I'm on the computer a lot, and I got carpal tunnel. And the doctor said, "Oh, well, you have carpal tunnel because you're fat." And I was like, "So my fingers are fat and they too heavy to push the keys on."
Right.
I didn't understand
that.
Right. Okay.
Right. Everything is not contributed to that. Some things are, that are passed down through genetics. Some things are
circumstantial. I mean, like he used to do a lot of construction. Anybody who's been in the construction field, a lot of the jobs that he has done had effects on his knees, had effects on his back, all the different kinds of stuff he has done. So, they don't use those as contributing factors. But let me clarify. We're not saying that, no, nobody's fat, nobody's unhealthy. We're not saying that, because one of the things that we do recognize is a lot of our stuff is also causal in terms of how the choices we have made and how, your upbringing. You raised on a certain type of way to eat, and then that's what you continue to do, so.
Collard greens and cornbread. No. Macaroni and cheese. Well, for us, it's soul food. Yes. For other people, it's comfort food. For us, it's our soul food, and it's funny because you will go to a funeral of a person that has passed away from diabetes or high blood pressure, a heart attack, a stroke, based off of their diet. And then right after you leave there, you will go to
the repast
and eat the very stuff that killed them.
And don't have it.
Right.
And don't have it.
And don't have it, you in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
How you gonna bring me to a repast?
Ain't no fried chicken.
Where the fried chicken and the macaroni and cheese and the ham hocks and all that.
And in our household, who made this? Who made
right?
It?
Who made the potato salad?
There it is. Right.
Whose spaghetti is that?
I don't eat everybody's spaghetti.
I don't eat everybody's spaghetti. Right. And we eat a lot of pork and consume a lot of things, it's just because that was the culture of African American people, because that's what we were given.
But one of the things that's interesting to me is, like, my husband, and this has been almost 2 years now, I'll say, he doesn't eat beef. He doesn't eat pork. He's never been a big carbs person, so he doesn't eat a lot of that stuff. And still, You know, I mean, he's not 6 pounds. He's just not. I am much worse with my eating, and that's mainly because I'm a very, you know, I was raised in a limited household when it came to foods. We ate these things, and I still eat these things. I think you know, it's just habit. I'm not blaming anybody. It's just, you know, habit. So as much as people like to say, oh, if you just change your diet, he changed his diet dramatically, and he did. He lost a lot of weight,
over 100 pounds.
Yeah, but it didn't make him skinny. And where people think, oh, well, if you only eat 2 lettuce and a peanut, you're gonna be fine. And that's not always like I said, people do not take genetics into play, and I think we're just having a harder time, me more so than him, because he's willing to go towards a plant-based lifestyle. Nope.
Well, they say the U.S. is the fattest country in the world. And I think part of my weight problem, you know, I've gained some back. You know, if you guys are catching this video, this is happening in November, like what is the date on here? Well, you'll see the date when the video posts. But, you know, during the summer, I had lost quite a bit of weight. And I think I've gained back almost 15, 20 pounds of that weight because it's wintertime. And because my past injuries, my joints, my spine, I have, you know, severe arthritis in joints and in my back and in my knees that I actually need surgery for. And with the cold weather in the state that we're in, it makes my body move much slower. I'm constantly in pain. And I know working out does help loosen those things up. My wife's been on me about trying to take yogurt, you know, and
I say yoga and Pilates, and I know because the one thing we know about arthritis, surprisingly, it makes it difficult to move, but movement is the best thing for it. But the movements in yoga and the stretching and Pilates and all of that different stuff, it helps.
Right. So, you know, I'm going to get a yogurt mat and I'm going to get out here and I'm going to try, you know, and do the polite stuff.
We got a Pilates machine.
That was got for her, and she never used it. I have used it.
That counts.
But
I watched him use it.
Oh, so you got to work out watching me use it. No, it was purchased for her.
Yes.
It was a gift, and
I did use it one time. Okay. In my defense, which is probably not going to be a good defense, but in my defense, it's very low to the ground. So it's like really hard, and I really want it on a I want it on a platform. He can build me a platform, but he didn't build me a platform, so I can't use it. But anyway, that's not.
I'm gonna build this platform. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a live building this platform. I'm gonna do it, you know, during the summer. I'm gonna build it, and I'm gonna set it up, and I'm gonna put it on video, and we gonna see if she gonna use it.
I will use it because I like Pilates. I really did.
That's why we got rid of our sports car, because it was too low to the ground. We was keeping it low to the ground.
Okay.
Right.
No, we got rid of our sports car for real. For me, the day when we got in the car, and in order for us to buckle up the seatbelts, he had to roll one way, and I had to roll. I was like, no, we are healthy people. We need a healthy vehicle.
Yeah, so we had to get into the big SUVs and stuff like that. Yeah. But I mean, I've always.
Yeah, we prefer that anyway.
Being in the construction industry, I've always been used to them anyway. And then she, you know, had a big truck when we met. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it was kind of a thing. You know, it wasn't a thing where we were trying to floss. You know, it was necessity.
And what we do, and like also in terms of him and his moving around and stuff like that, in the summertime, his field is busier. So what he does makes we're always moving. I mean,
true.
Like
the whole summer.
So like what we do
non-stop.
is pack the truck up so that it has all the things that we need, so we don't have to keep repacking it. And that's how we move all summer. And in the wintertime, it's kind of like coming down, decompressing, and all of that different stuff, which doesn't necessarily help. But like, we have a friend who's a chef.
She'll be here. We're gonna be live with her too.
Yeah. Shout out to, I don't know what it is this week.
What are you talking about?
Esoteric Moon. No,
Yeah.
it's Chef Liliquid Moon.
You follow her channel.
Yes.
She has a channel.
She does.
Esoteric Moon, Liliquid Moon, Chef Liliquid Moon.
Yes, she does. And she's a phenomenal chef. But she is insistent on pushing, come on, you can eat plant-based. These bananas taste just like potatoes. These taste just like chicken. I want y'all to stop saying that. Chicken tastes like chicken. Every other thing on the planet does not taste like chicken. So stop. Just stop it.
Well, the big debate is, you know, I'm not trying to go total vegan. What I'm trying to do is I like vegan foods because a high school that I went to was a Seventh-day Advent school, and they serve primarily vegan, vegetarian food, and I got used to eating it. And I think I have more of a diverse palate than my wife does. And, you know, I can tolerate different tastes and things like that and textures. And some people have texture problems. You know, they can't eat something if it doesn't, you know.
Mouthfeel.
Right. So, I mean, because I know the first time I tried tofu, I was like,
okay, I'm not eating nothing that's gray. And stop telling me, oh, it's going to taste like whatever you put in it. Okay, I don't need my food to morph. I don't want gray food. No, thank you. You
know, and now the huge thing now is jackfruit and the Impossible Burgers. And, you know, the thing that I really want to tap on in this video is, you know, I think how I'm trying to do it. I can't speak for anybody else out there that's watching or listening, you know, but how I'm trying to deal with it is in a way of as much processed, chemically treated stuff that I can remove from my diet, the better. My father's dealing with, you know, lung cancer issues and things like that. And, you know, he came out well in the surgery. Now he's dealing with it again. It's come back. You know, we're hoping that it's nothing really bad, but it's a thing too that we know and we understand that a lot of it is what we're exposed to in our diets and what's in the food. And here's the thing, here in the world, man, it's hard to bypass a lot of it because to keep it in the stores, to keep it on the shelf, they're going to be treated with something. Now, one thing I'm trying to get away from is we're going to work hard to get away from stuff in a box. You know, we're going to try and get away from stuff in a box. We'll work on trying to get away from stuff in a can, you know, because they were showing how much lead and toxin builds up in those cans, and we eat, you know, and we're ingesting that stuff. Most box stuff is heavily treated, you know. We shared a video on our Facebook pages where they were showing how they made rice from plastic, just sheets of plastic, and are selling it. And a lot of restaurants, primarily they say a lot of Chinese food restaurants are using this plastic rice to save money. And they're also selling it in stores in these boxes. And most of the plastic rice they claim is the box rice. And you would do better buying sack rice in a real sack and brown rice. And everybody doesn't like brown rice, you know.
But one of the things you have to do, like our chef friend taught me ways to make rice better. I'm not a huge rice person, so that's not really, you know, I will eat rice. I'll eat rice with things, but I'm not a huge rice person. But the first thing is knowing that if you're going in a grocery store, I don't care what you're buying. Everything has been treated with something to make it last longer. It used to be you can buy a head of lettuce, and if you didn't eat it within 2 or 3 days, you had to throw it out. You can keep a head of lettuce now for almost 2 weeks in the refrigerator. Okay, how do you think, oh, well, I just eat salads? You do. You eat, and you just ate a salad that probably had enough formaldehyde or whatever they put in it to keep it and you alive for the next an extra 6 months. So one of the things I really want to do is get to a point where we're able to do farmers markets or connect with farms. Where if I'm, because for myself,
try growing your own, you know, like,
and you try to grow as much as you can, but like and you live in, like if you live in the Midwest, if you live in places where it tends to get much colder through certain seasons, you still got to eat. I mean, there's no such thing as I ate all summer. You're not a bear. I mean, so you still have to eat, and you might not be able to grow unless you have a greenhouse or area where you can close off and grow stuff. So with that being the case, to me, it's easier if you go to farmers markets. It's a lot of stuff that you can get, especially at the end of season when they're trying to get rid of stuff. Vegetables and stuff, try to flash freeze them or parboil them and put them in so that you can use them throughout the winter months. Go and get your meats and different stuff that you can do. And like I said, connect with farms, the local farms if you can. Because even if I had to take a 2-hour trip to a farm to buy enough stuff to bring it back so I could put it in the freezer, deep freezer, and have it, that's worth doing. But even the farms, again, are treating stuff. But I think it's less treated. It's like treated once opposed to treated several times.
Well, I mean, people have to look at USDA organic versus just people saying it's organic. So, when you find something that's USDA organic, it's truly organic. That's
okay. Well, here's the reason why my quandary, if you will, with that. Because of the government we have now, the monitoring has been being taken away more and more. So even though something says USDA or whatever it is, or FDA rather.
FDA. FDA.
The FDA, it doesn't necessarily mean, you don't have, at least for myself, I don't have the same faith in that as that I did. So, you do the best that you can to ensure that stuff is truly organic, and a company is not just slapping the organic title on there, jacking up the prices, but
and that happens, and I understand, people that are on the go, you might want to meal prep your stuff, and I know it could be expensive if you don't have the lifestyle. Like, for us to live a good vegetarian or vegan lifestyle, we understand that we would probably have to go shopping about every 3 days. And if you have that kind of time, then you can do that and that kind of pocketbook. And I mean, you can still have, if you look at what you would spend in one day and you break it up over time and you say, well, I'm going to spend $20-$30 on vegetables for meals for a couple of days. I guess, but you got to take into account the travel, the gas, and the different things. So I guess it still may put you over. But I would say meal prep. What are you gonna say?
No, I'm thinking about what you're saying, and I think one of the things to it is if you go and buy something, okay, it's the type of stuff you'll be eating. Like I said, to me, I can understand a little bit where maybe plant-based is extremely expensive if you just ate that because, like you said, you have to eat it quickly. But like if you go somewhere and you buy, okay, now I got some beans, I got some this or whatever that is, and you can make a food that'll last a few more days. I can see that. To me, it just, okay. So here's the other part of that. I like food. And I like what I like. That's really.
I'm going to carry on my life a little more years ago.
Well, no, I'm sorry. I like what I like. So it's certain things that I don't particularly want to give up. I probably should, if nothing else, limit. So like, we were talking about lifestyles. He would do a closer plant-based, vegan-esque lifestyle. I never, ever, 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 ever want to be vegan. I just don't. But I could probably do much more of a vegetarian lifestyle. But there's still things that, I don't know. There's still things that I would miss. So I don't know how you work that out with all of the food being bad. And we hear people all the time talking about how,
it's to the point where you don't know what to eat. And then some people, like she's just going to say, I'm going to die with something, so I'm going to eat what I like, and that's going to be that. And from a spiritual standpoint, I could, and having that enlightenment of life and death, you used to be like, okay, I get it, where I wouldn't panic about it. But on the flip side, some people are like, look, while I'm here, I want to live and I want to see and I want to be, and I'm not trying to suffer, because of the things that I'm eating or the bad habits that I've created for myself.
Yeah, if you were just gonna die, that would be fine.
Right.
I'm gonna die from something. So if if I eat this double cheeseburger with extra bacon and extra cheese and I was going to drop dead after it, then yeah, that's cool.
Should I rush it?
Right.
Right.
But it's not, if it's not going to just immediately kill you, and now you have to go somewhere where you're in a nursing home and you suffering because with diabetes now, and diabetes is one of those things that it kills you slowly and it takes you piece by piece. You lose your sight, you lose a foot, you lose another foot, you lose a leg, you lose, I mean, you know, it's
like something in a cartoon, you just start dropping parts.
I mean, you know, so,
and I'm not to say that's joking, because I have family members that are suffering with diabetes.
Yeah, but like I said, that whole thing about something's going to kill you, if it just kills you, that's fine. But something eating away at you, nobody can possibly say, I'm okay with whatever this is just eating away at me piece by piece. So no.
And I mean, I guess we're asking you all y'all opinions, so you could comment and let us know what you feel about it. Because I mean, it's some guys out here that bodybuild and lift, and there are people that go out here and jog and do everything. Oh, you gotta have this kind of protein, and I mean, my wife and I, we've tried a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna get into some videos and show you some of the products that we use and things that I still use today. You know, different types of vitamins and different packets, and you know, I do drink the super green juices. You know, I take the super greens. I'm a pro fan of super greens.
I love wheatgrass.
Yeah, wheatgrass.
A lot of people don't. I do. I love
wheatgrass. Yes,
wheatgrass shot. I'm all for that.
Get your little lemon, little lime in it.
Yeah,
you know.
I don't have to have. Give me. Bam,
you know,
I'm good.
You know, I do those often, you know, the ginger and the turmeric, and I'll take the, you know, the teas and the root and green teas and stuff like that to keep the kidneys flushed. And, you know, you can do coconut water, aloe vera juice, you know, all these things that help. I mean, it's just things out there, and we'll talk more into that. But we were just trying to figure out, you know, soul food, vegetarian, vegan, which one would you rather be? Which
and do
one
you feel
is
like it's a better lifestyle? Because we know people who were vegan or had these super healthy lifestyles, and you drop dead. You drop dead while you were jogging. And then we had those people, like we were talking before about our older ancestors. I hate to say it like that, you know, great grandmothers or grandmothers and stuff, who you ate bacon and whatever every single day, and you lived to 102.
Yeah, but again,
and it does have to do with how the food is taken care of. So like I said, I guess I feel like that about it. Everything is bad. I mean, even with water, the best water now is, you have to have alkaline water. Oh, well, you can get distilled water. Oh, but you have to have
higher pH water.
Yeah,
so I mean, reverse osmosis water, spring water.
Yeah, like I said, it seems like everything is bad for you. So you're picking the least of the bad. That's what
pretty much that's the world we're in, I guess. Yeah, we got to pick the least of, you know. And I think until we start taking care of our environment better, and
absolutely,
and you know, then they try and blame it on population control. You know, where we gotta treat these animals and do this and do that. And I think it's all corporate greed, because we throw out tons of food.
Yeah, we do.
Restaurants, fast food places, even private homes, we throw out tons of food, and you can't. How can we throw out so much food and then say that we're running into a shortage and we got to preserve this stuff? No, what it is, you want to keep making money off of your products. You want to get it out as fast as you can. So you're going to fatten up the chickens, soup up the cows. You're going to do, you're going to mass produce everything so you can keep living in your empire.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So that's what I really believe it's about, because Americans throw out a lot of stuff.
And a lot of it also is, like they were saying, sizes of food. Every time where you go, everything is extra big. I needed the biggest Coke and the biggest burger, a triple, and we didn't eat, because even when you buy houses now, like if you don't have a house built, if you go to houses, you'll notice the beds were smaller, the doorways were smaller, all of that is smaller because we were smaller, and we ate smaller portion sizes is what I'm trying to say. So I think it goes back to having to regulate again, because we've allowed corporate greed to make us greedy. They make it bigger, so we got to have bigger. Or I got to have a bigger car, and I have to have a bigger house, and we got to have bigger food and we got to have bigger everything, you know, I think we are a product of that greed and we feed into it. So no, they don't have to feel guilty if we bought into it. You know, that's at least my opinion.
Well, like I said, man, you know, hopefully we can get some good feedback and comments on, because we want to know what you're thinking, and we want to know more about what you would like us to talk about, or what we've been dealing with, or ask us our opinions on it. And we'll tell you, you know, how we deal with it. But that's our journey. I mean, I'm gonna get back to working out like I was, you know, and stuff like that in the beginning of the summer, because I could feel how drained I am. And working out for me motivated me a lot more. It made me a lot more energetic. It kept my mind a lot more clearer. And, you know, those things help fight a lot of things like depression, and, you know, loneliness and hopelessness and all that kind of stuff. You know, you'd be surprised what the chemical changes happen in your body when you work out at least 3 times a week, you know. And you don't have to kill yourself working out. 25 minutes, 30 minutes, just get it in, you know. That helps, you know, because and
I hate to cut you off, but nature, whether we see it or believe it or not, get outside, get some actual air, experience, go for a hike. I mean, and I don't necessarily mean, because I have somebody who hikes. My sister hikes daily, but go outside and get some air and get some sun, because seasonal affect disorder, that's a real thing. I absolutely suffer from that. When the sun is not out, when it's darker, it totally affects me and my mood and my ability to do stuff. So go outside, take a walk. If you got a dog, walk a dog, whatever it is, but get out in nature a little bit more. You'll see those deep breaths and just the sun on your skin and on your face. I'm telling you, it will lift your mood. But think about it. The sun, vitamin D, it is a mood lifter. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, that's one of the things those are going to be the things that we're going to get into more to be healthier, and, you know, also just having a positive mindset, which that'll go into when we talk about other stuff that's coming up, man. And we're going to get into it. And if you want to know about it, what do you got to do?
Like and subscribe.
Yep. Like and subscribe, man.
Yeah, but join us. You know, we're talking about everything, because everything is to be discussed. Everything is to be shared. We are not here by ourselves. So, and we're not saying everything we do is right. It's just what we do.
That's what the Joneses do.
That is what we do. Yep.
All right. So, man, check us on the next episode of the Joneses. And I know YouTube has changed some things. So, you know, about, you know, what kids can watch and what they can't watch. And they've changed some of their analytics and how things are done. I know it's upset a few YouTubers as well. So, but I mean, again, you know, watch over your kids and the content they watch. We're hoping that our content, we know our content is clean. We're not saying anything that children can't watch or they haven't heard before. And, you know, we're not pushing anything that would hurt them or anything like that. But at the end of the day, man, I just wanted to put that out there to everybody. And I'll see you on the next one. But what?
Nothing.
Okay, well then we can stop the video.
Enjoy. Peace, everybody.